Mummy, bog bodies, corpse. But do you actually know about Mummy? No, not that movie. Really? Mummy, like how mummies did preserve in ancient era, and how many types of mummies could be possible, and the stories of some famous bog bodies. Yeah, today we'll understand a lot of things about mummies, where we will discuss mummies, types of mummies, famous bog bodies like Trojan man, Growl man, Lindo man, self-mummification, artificial mummy, natural mummy, and lots of preserving techniques. Yeah, there's lots of things you could understand today. Without further delay, let's start the video. On May 6, 1950, two Danish brothers digging for peat in a local bog unearthed a murder victim based on the conditions of the body. They figured that crime had happened recently, so they called the police, but there was nothing that atrocities because the man's murderer and the man had both died like 2,200 years ago, and today he's known as Stolen Man. Could you imagine that how people getting famous nowadays? But there's one catch: he was not mummified artificially like Egyptians. When we hear the word mummy, we usually think of the one famous Egypt, well-preserved dark-colored body, wrapped in a white band-like strips. But not this time. It was a natural mummy. Look at the face and beard hair. Every single thing looks absolutely normal, like it's not centuries old. It's just a new dead body. Okay, look at the different types of body. Look at this mummy. This is a not natural, situational, and artificially mummy. This is a different techniques of mummification called self-mummification. The Spiti Valley of Himalaya in India. Here in Himalaya, you can certainly see mummy here. A mysterious mummified body of a man who mummified himself by some yoga techniques and by his eating habits. In 1975, the powerful earthquake hit the Spiti Valley. After that, the Indian soldier was fixing the damaged road. While digging one at the soldier stuck a skull with his equipments. Initially, people thought it was the skull of a dead calf, but as they continued to dig it, they were terrified of what they found. They discovered a mummified body. I mean, a body that hadn't decomposed, and the body was found in sitting position with one hand and one leg, chin resting on his knee, with intact skin, open lips and visible teeth, and nails continue to grow. DNA test confirmed that this mummy is 550 years old. His name was Sangu Tenzin. Sangu Tenzin used to spend years meditating alone in caves. People say that he sacrificed his own life to save the village. But how did he do mummification process by himself? And how can someone mummify himself? So you can understand that there's not only one type of mummy. By overall, you can categorize mummies with two styles, which can preserve human body for thousands of years. First, artificial mummy, and second, natural mummy. So first, artificial mummy. Artificially, when humans try to preserve a body for thousands of years with their own techniques, which was mostly happening in ancient times in China, India, Connecticut Island, South America, and the most famous artificially mummy making machine, Egypt. So these countries known for the artificial mummification. But there are some different things also happening where the body had naturally preserved, where the oxygen level are quite low, in absence of microbes like getting stuck in a glacier, which you would obviously know about, that maybe getting stuck in a raw desert. There also absence of moisture, because moisture attracts microbes, so the desert is killing moisture. And swampy coal peat, also known for natural mummification making machine. In the case of Stolen Man, his body trapped inside a swampy coal peat. Whenever you see swampy coal peat, a moss plant grows there, releases some chemicals which kill bacteria and viruses. Oxygen level will also be significantly reduced, and that kind of environment can preserve the body for centuries. In glaciers, there's also absence of bacteria and viruses, and in raw desert too. And also in the case of that yoga guy, which is not completely artificial and not completely natural. If you look at the Egyptian mummies, those bodies are preserved by someone else after that person's death using some artificial preservative chemicals. For example, look at this face. There was fungus growing on his body, and that says clearly preservative is not used in this case, which means it was not preserved by artificial mummification process. This mummification process is called sokushimbutsu. This practice of sokushimbutsu was very prevalent in Japan from 11th century to 19th century. The Buddhist monk considered this as a path of enlightenment, and Buddha himself in this body between 1081 to 1903 only 20 monks were able to successfully mummify themselves. Typically, these monks followed a special diet by reducing their fat intake and eat only herbs, roots, and nuts. They completely avoid all of the food items like rice, wheat, dal, oil, all the food items which can potentially add the fat into the body. Here's the aim is to reduce the fluid in body by stopping the fat intake. As a result, the organs will start to shrink, which makes it difficult for the body to decompose. When they feel like they are approaching near death, they used to look themselves in a box 10 feet below the ground. And that box would be equipped of the bamboo tube as an airways for breathing, and they also had a bell to notify the people outside that they were still alive for the day on end. The buried would meditate in darkness and ring the bell only once a day, and otherwise the monks would conclude that he died, and they would seal the tomb, and after 1,000 days they would take the box outside and check whether the body has mummified or not. If the body had stayed intact, the other monks would conclude that that person had reached the state of Sokosumitsu, and they placed the body for others to worship. But it was declared illegal by the Japan government in 1877. Lots of similarities with India, where sadhus meditating naked in the Himalayas for samadhi. And how Egyptians preserved their body artificially for thousands of years, and how ancient Egypt did it. If we see, they preserved the dead body by the technique of mummification and by developing it in a creative manner. Ancient Egyptians believed that a people travel after death, so they have to preserve the body. So Egyptian scholars singled out certain parts of the body where microbes are heavily found, such as the heart, kidneys, stomach, brain, etc. And after that they put the dead body in a nitrogen powder, which is known to drag out all the moisture from the body, because they don't want to be the body to be attracted by germs. Again, after that they fill the linen clothes inside of the dead body and try to reshape that body after rejecting all the body parts. And also they put that linen clothes outside of the body by sticking leaf of tree named resin, and after that they lock that body in a box. And this technique has been saved the bodies of Egyptians for thousands of years. This is all, guys. If you consider that it is great to sum up all of the theories in one video, so thumbs up the video and do subscribe for more. I'm a student and I want to make more educational content. This is for today. Okay, bye bye.